I was watching The Boys episode 7, and it had one of the best plot twists I've seen in a while at the very end. But it also made me realize something. Hollywood writers are some miserable people. Hello everyone, Ren here, and today I shall discuss something I've noticed in a lot of series. This is not a new thing. And the thing is, hurting characters to no end. If you know writing, you know characters need friction. If everything is sunshine and rainbows, the story will be extremely boring. And this friction, it could be interpersonal, like drama, somebody cheated on someone did something the other person didn't like, that kind of friction. Or it could be on the outside, the classic, like there's a group of people working together and there's an antagonist causing friction between this group and the antagonist. It's needed. It's needed for the story. A story without friction is like a day without arguing with strangers online about topics that don't really matter. Something feels empty. Now, the series that comes to mind first is BoJack Horseman. It's a fantastic series. I recommend you watch it. But writers, for some reason, become allergic to redemption. Every time BoJack does something and he has a chance to grow as a person, because he should learn from his mistakes, the writers take that growth out when they need it. One of his main characteristics is his toxic over-attachment to people. Like, he really clings on to people more than he should. He does this to Todd, Diane, PC, the dear lady whose name I forgot, and Hollyhock. The last person he did this was Hollyhock. And at the time, it didn't make too much sense for his character to do so. Like, he did bad things to everyone. And on the series, it shows that he learns from doing this thing. But every time, they throw him back to being the miserable person that he is. Like, on Hollyhock, all the episodes leading up to that, it shows that he grew as a person. Hell, in the season finale, where Hollyhock gets introduced, they show that he got over his toxic over-attachment and he just wanted to do the right thing for Holly. But the writer brought it back because for some reason they hate BoJack and they do not believe in redemption. Like, literally the whole season leads up to BoJack finally getting over this thing. But I guess not, for whatever reason. And this is not a new phenomenon. I watched House MD not too long ago. And it was a fantastic show. Highly recommend the medical drama. Now, House, at the beginning of the series, he was kind of like an ass to everyone. Like, that's his character. But he shows that he does care about people. He just shows it very weirdly how he does. And he is kind of sociopathic as early in the series, and sometimes even later. But as time goes on, he grows as a character. And there's a point on the series where he's at his lowest because he's addicted to Vicodin, and at this point, his addiction have become like a major issue. And the writers set everything up for House to be happy overcoming this struggle. But what do they do when they have friction with House and he's in a really tense situation? They bring him back to misery. Now, spoiler warning, skip to this part to avoid the spoiler. In a later season, House starts dating Dr. Cuddy. And he doesn't need Vicodin for his leg pain anymore because he's happy. But something happens to Cuddy and he relapses on Vicodin. And Cuddy breaks up with him over that. Alright, spoiler over. Any character with the flaws that Dr. House has would do that. Not only that, all of the characters in the show, like every single one, they're supposedly the best doctors to ever exist. And they know that if someone has suffers from what Dr. House is suffering from, there's a very high chance of the thing that he did. They have gotten multiple patients with that one problem. It's a very idiotic way to write that tension. The writers wanted Dr. House to suffer because his character is supposed to be sad. They didn't want to write a happy House. It's like they are allergic to a happy ending. And you may say, happy endings are not realistic. Well, neither are bad endings, okay? Think about it. For a happy ending to happen, everything needs to go right. Or I guess most things, not everything. The same thing goes for a sad ending. Most things need to be wrong for a sad ending to happen. So most endings should be middle of the road, which is what a lot of series do. But time and time again, this Hollywood writers show that they're afraid of a character's redemption. And they rather have them be miserable. A happy house would have been interesting to see. Like how he treats patients when he's actually happy and not just high and sad on Vicodin. And I'm not saying all endings should be sunshine and rainbows. The Dr. House ending was pretty good in my opinion. But that's cause they stopped being miserable motherfuckers. It's not a happy ending, it's bittersweet, but you know, it's fitting. They could definitely done a worse ending. They could have definitely had House suffer more for the writer's poorly disguised humiliation fetish. And the best example for this is Red Dead Redemption 2. I won't spoil the ending, because it's a fantastic game that you should experience. Kinda blind. But the ending of that game, I wouldn't call it exactly happy. If you play the game, it is not a happy ending, but it's fitting. It shows character growth. Like they have personal vendetta against this one specific character. And well, this has been all. This has been Ren, our alias. Bye bye.